Hello. How's it going, everybody? It's Metsu here, and welcome to my video talking about my thoughts on Rogue Company. A friend of mine wanted me to make this video, and so here I am. Let's go ahead and start with what is Rogue Company. Rogue Company is a 4v4 third-person shooter that follows the gameplay format of Search and Destroy. This gameplay can be very similar to, or compared to, Valorant or even CSGO. You have your defendants, you have your attackers. Your attackers are trying to plant their bomb, the defenders are trying to stop the attackers from doing so. If the attackers do end up planting the bomb, the defenders has to make sure that they defuse it. Now the attackers can kill all the defendants to win, or make sure that their bomb doesn't get defused and it does detonate. Now, alongside this game mode, there is also another game mode called Strikeout. This gameplay that you see here is of the game mode Strikeout. To understand this game mode, you can compare it to Super Smash Bros. Now, I know you guys may think that's weird, but if you look at the number at the top, you now both see 11. Both teams has a certain amount of stocks similar to Super Smash Bros. If you lose all of your stocks, then your team loses. Each time somebody dies and respawns, that takes up a stock. And there's also a point that you can capture. Every 30 seconds that this point is held, it deducts one stock from the enemy team. After the enemy team has no more stocks, it takes 1 minute to win the round. So you can go ahead and kill off the enemy team and all of their lives, or make sure that you're holding the point up until the point, no pun intended, up until the point of where it takes that 1 minute to win the game without having to kill the enemy team. So if you want to work on your aim, work on your instincts, and just play a very fast-paced mode, then Strikeout is definitely the way to go. If you want to play the Search and Destroy mode, more tactical, more serious, then definitely just play the normal Demolition gameplay mode. Now, with these game modes comes a variety of rogues, or heroes, legends, whatever you want to call them. In this game, they're called rogues. Each rogue has different weapons. Each rogue has different abilities. Now, these aren't abilities similar to Overwatch. These quote-unquote abilities are more along the lines of gadgets. So, off the top of my head, let's talk about Talon, for example. His ability is a throwing dart. That throwing dart sticks to any surface and pulses. So anyone within that radius of his throwing dart will be marked on the map. So he can also, his passive, basically use the force. Any equipment that is equipable, you can grab it from a distance. So this is really nice. So as Talon, you can throw out your dart. If there's nobody there, you can still be behind cover, use the force to pull it back, throw it somewhere else, see if they're over there, pull it back, etc, etc. It's something really cool. Definitely one of my favorite rogues. Now let's move on to the gameplay. How is the gameplay? I feel as though the gameplay is amazing. Again, it's a third-person shooter, and it is very reminiscent of Gears of War, if you will. You're running around, you're corner peeking through your third-person camera, you're rolling, and you're shooting. There's not much else. You can't take cover like Gears of War, but yeah, it's a third-person shooter and it is very fun. The shooting feels very fluid. This game is very hip-fire friendly. There is melee. Meleeing is very fun. You can even purchase a melee weapon to increase your melee damage. You can even throw that melee weapon, typically one-shotting people. But yeah, the gunplay is very nice, hip-fire friendly. You're rolling around, meleeing people, throwing your melee weapon. You can pick up other people's weapons, use it against them, etc, etc. Now let's move on to the community. How is the community? I honestly hated the community. The community of this game, they are very full of themselves. They are very, very toxic. The developers aren't. That is very good. They take a lot of positive feedback, and they do make a lot of adjustments to the game. Typically when new rogues come out, or they do make certain adjustments, sometimes those adjustments are a bit OP, but from closed alpha, they've done a good job with reworking and tweaking things to make sure that the gameplay feels fluid and it satisfies their player base. But as for the player themselves, there's a lot of shit talking. There's a lot of teabagging, and yeah, if you don't like that type of thing, then this definitely isn't the game for you. But if you can, brush it off your shoulder, or even you like shit talking yourself, then this is definitely your game. Yeah, it's very grimy, and if you get down with it, you get down with it. If you don't, then definitely avoid it. But yeah, if you can't avoid it, you are in a ride for a lot of fun gameplay. Now, a personal note that I like to say about this game is that the gameplay is fun, yes. However, a major gripe with this game is that I feel as though you aren't going to be able to have that said fun, or that maximum amount of fun, unless you are rolling with a full squad, meaning you and 3 other people. This game is not random friendly. There's a lot of people that force stack in this game. There's a lot of scrims in this game, so there's a lot of people that take this game seriously. So even though in the beginning of the video I did say that the gameplay is fun, I meant the gameplay mechanics themselves. So the shooting specifically, the meleeing specifically, playing as the rogues specifically, the rolling specifically, everything about the gameplay specifically. But playing this game online is a totally different story. If you do not have friends to play with, then I highly recommend with the randoms that you do play with. If you do get along with those randoms, definitely add those randoms so that they can become acquaintances, eventually friends, eventually partners. That way you guys can be, frequently 4-stacking. That way you guys are ready to fight other 4-stacks in this game, and you aren't alone by yourself and not liking this game because your team may be overrun and your team doesn't have good cooperation because none of you are actually playing in a party when you're versing against people who are actually 4-stacking. When it comes to everything, that's about it. We went over what is Rogue Company, we went over the gameplay, and we went over the community and my personal notes on Rogue Company. This was I like to say a short and sweet video. I didn't want to beat around the bush. I just wanted to get straight to the point about things. And yeah, so if you guys have any other things that you guys like to talk about regarding Rogue Company, then definitely be sure to put it in the comment section below. Some additional information real quick is that Rogue Company will be free. As I'm making this video right now, you do have to pay for the quote-unquote closed beta or open beta, but you have to pay for a key. But yeah, later on down the road, the game will be free to play for everyone to play, be it on, I think, all platforms. Yeah. So this was Metsu Jake, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys found this informational and helpful. And yeah, I shall see you all around. I'm out. Peace.